Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
The governor of Wyoming has signed 2 abortion-related bills that go into effect this year. Coming up, what doctors will no longer be able to give their patients.
I just got off the phone with CPS. They do not have anything in their records by her. My daughter was stolen.
Terrifying sound from a mother who says her daughter was taken from her from a woman posing as a CPS worker. What police did to find the suspects.
And taking a live look across the city, I see some raindrops there on the camera. A lot happening in the forecast. Sarah Spivey has it all coming up.
Good morning. Happy Saturday. It is 6 o'clock this morning. Alyssa, cold 3 days in a row?
3 days in a row. You know, everybody's taking their spring break breaks.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for starting morning with us. I got to say, yesterday, you got up dark and early. Work with Mark and the team. What'd you end up doing afterwards?
Well, you know what? I did a little bit more work, so we could prepare for spring. A lot to talk about with that. I know Sarah's going to be talking about that, but it was pretty good. It was pretty good. How's your weekend been going?
You know, it was good. I tried to read outside a little bit. Yesterday, went on a walk, Sarah, and the wind was hitting us pretty hard.
Yeah, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's March 18th, and we have snow on the radar. Now, you have to go up to Rock Springs and in Real County to find that. It's pretty light, and again, temperatures at the surface are above freezing, so we're really not seeing that much. There might be some grassy accumulation there out in Edwards County, but otherwise just some cold rain here around San Antonio. We're going to talk a little bit more about that snowfall in Rock Springs in the full forecast, but I just want to fill you in around San Antonio if you're planning on traveling around the city. We do not anticipate really any kind of wintry impacts whatsoever. You can see on the roads right now that we're really just dealing with some dampness. This is 90 at 36 and this is 10 at Hackberry. Again, just some dampness on the roads. This is winter's last grasp all weekend long. Widespread cold rain today near 50. Tomorrow, a few showers mainly in the morning, 53 only for the high. But coming up, we'll get down to the nitty-gritty of that radar. I'll show you those areas that are seeing snow, and potentially through this morning, what areas could see snow mixed in with the rain as well. Coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Sarah. A house party on the west side ends with one person dead and another person fighting for their life.
RJ Marquez is live from police, or excuse me, RJ Marquez is outside of police headquarters with details.
Yeah, good morning, Max and Alyssa. San Antonio police responded to this shooting a few hours ago, about 2:30 in the morning, off of the 2100 block of South Callahan Road. And just to kind of give you some reference, that is right across from Wolf Stadium there on the southwest side. So we're told that there was a party going on at that location, and a car drove down the street, and someone inside opened fire at several people at that party, at that location. One of those gunshots hit a girl who police said was a juvenile. She actually died on the front porch of the home, so she was dead upon arrival there from officers. Another person was shot. This was also a girl who police said was a juvenile as well. So 2 juveniles hurt in this situation, one dead and the other one injured. Now, the second juvenile was taken to the hospital in critical condition after she was shot in the chest area. Police are investigating who is behind the shooting, but for the moment have not released any other details. Early this morning, they are still also looking for the vehicle that was involved in what appears to be a drive-by shooting there on the southwest side. Reporting live from police headquarters, RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, RJ. Also new this morning, 3 San Antonio teenagers in jail this morning after Bexar County deputies say they robbed a man at gunpoint at a Circle K on Fossa Road. Right now, BCSO still searching for one last suspect. So this is what we know right now. Investigators tell us the teens chased the victim down in a stolen vehicle before crashing on FM 78 on the northeast side. Deputies tell us a 4th person was involved in that robbery. Right now, they're looking for an 18-year-old suspect. If you have any information that can help investigators, you're asked to call BCSO. That number on your screen, 210-335-6000.
Now to an updated arrest following that deadly dog attack on the West Side neighborhood. That's right. Court records show one of the suspects has been bonded out of jail. However, the Bexar County Jail says he hasn't officially been released. Moreno was one of the dog's owners. And the dog owner, Abilene Schneider, is still being held on bond in the county jail. Both Moreno and Schneider face charges for attack by dangerous dog resulting in death and injury to an elderly person.
Looking at morning headlines around the country, investigators say a baby was kidnapped after a woman allegedly posed as a CPS worker, Child Protective Services worker, and took the baby from her parents' home in Ohio. The good news this morning, that baby now safe and back in her family's arms. So it all happened at a home in Canton, Ohio. Police say the woman showed up to the home wearing a name badge and carrying paperwork about the 3-week-old's medical condition. That's when the suspect, the woman, grabbed the baby, refused to put the child down, then took off. The family called authorities after realizing that woman was not with CPS. Police used license plate readers and surveillance footage identifying the suspect's vehicle. 2 people were apprehended, arrested, now facing kidnapping charges.
Well, abortion pills will soon be outlawed in the state of Wyoming. Governor Mark Gordon signed on 2 abortion-related bills Friday. One outlawing the distribution of pills. Doctors or anyone found guilty of violating the new law could face up to 6 months behind bars and a fine up to $9,000. The law takes effect July 1st. A second bill known as the Life is a Human Right Act would ban abortion under most circumstances. That takes effect on Sunday.
And headed to Arizona, 2 people injured after a pair of single-engine planes collided. The FAA says the planes were participating in an aerial demonstration. They crashed midair. One plane, which had just 1 person on board, they landed safely. The second crashed after reaching the runway. The FAA and National Transportation Safety Board, they're still investigating. ABC 15 in Arizona reports that the 2 individuals who were injured, their injuries are considered non-life-threatening. They were trapped in the plane after the crash. Both actually refused transport to the hospital. Time now just about 6:07, 40 degrees out.
And still ahead on Texas Eats, David Elder takes us to a barbecue joint that pairs Egyptian and Middle Eastern flavors with Texas flavors. Wow.
Look at that. What a combo. And still had the history untold of a once blighted and impoverished neighborhood that bordered one of San Antonio's wealthiest suburbs.
And taking a live look across the city, it's just going to be a wet and rainy day, folks. So be prepared to bring out those jackets and those umbrellas. We'll have more details when we come back. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. In a new segment, History Untold, we bring you the story of Kenwood, a neighborhood bordered on the east and west by McCullough and San Pedro, to the north and south by Wildwood and Olmos Drive.
Jessie Delgado shows us Kenwood through her eyes of 2 old friends visiting the old neighborhood that borders one of San Antonio's wealthiest communities.
The homes in Olmos Park are as beautiful and stately as they were back when many of the servants and their families lived on the other side of McCullough Avenue in substandard shotgun houses like these on the west side. The homes in Kenwood are much nicer now, yet before urban renewal, this was considered a blighted area with its shotgun houses and unpaved streets. Dee Goforth and Dorothy Sawyers remember what Kenwood was like in the 40s and 50s when Sawyers was born and raised in this small house.
It was only 3 rooms and no bathroom. It was outside.
Standing at the corner of where her house once was, Goforth says their school looked like much of the neighborhood.
That school was like a shotgun house. Huge, very large, wooden frame, leaning to the side.
What's here now, they say, is thanks to urban renewal and the activism of Kenwood residents appealing to city leaders and decision makers.
No, they moved.
Their parents may have worked for wealthy Olmos Park families, but they had high expectations for their children.
They didn't expect for us to fail. You had to succeed.
The daughter of a baggage handler and a housekeeper, Sawyers became a plans and data specialist at USAA. Goforth, a PhD in chemistry, teaching at St. Philip's, says her mom cleaned houses before rising through the civil service ranks at Kelly Air Force Base. Despite their humble beginnings, they say their parents always provided the basic necessities.
What else did you need, okay? So, and people that loved you.
This was a community, she says, and it still is. The reunion is on Kenwood's Facebook page.
It has made me appreciate where I am today because I know where I came from.
Jessie Delgado, KSAT 12 News.
We are seeing some snow up in Rock Springs today. It's crazy to think about that. It's the middle of March and we're actually seeing some snow on the radar. It will not be snowing in San Antonio, okay? But out in Rock Springs, we are seeing that snowfall. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and show you the radar that's a little bit closer to Rock Springs. It's actually out in Bracketville, and you can see there's actually a heavier band of snow south of Rock Springs here. And so if you are in Rock Springs, if you're even in Camp Wood, you probably are getting a few flakes mixed in as well with the rain in Camp Wood. But if you're in Rock Springs, please send us your pictures on the KSAT Connect feature on our weather app. We'd love to be able to show them on air. Again, really impressive that we're seeing some snowfall in northern Real County as well, nearer to Lakey. So if you're in Lakey, send us some pictures. We'd love to see that too. Here's the thing though, we do not anticipate any issues on the roads out in Edwards County. I'm going to show you the road temperatures in Edwards County, and you can see that generally, especially along the highways, road temperatures are above freezing, so we're not running into any issues. There's a tiny little area here south of Rock Springs where side roads could be close to freezing, but again, no travel impacts. And the thing is elsewhere, we are just seeing cold rain. I'm going to show you the radar again, and then I want to highlight the area where we could see a few snowflakes mix in with the rain, but we do not anticipate any impacts again. So I'm going to circle these areas here. This is where we could see a few snowflakes mixing in with the rainfall, just coming down as white rain essentially, but there would be no issues on the ground because everybody's generally above freezing. So if you're in Kerrville, if you're in Bandera County, if you're in Lakey, even in extreme northwestern Bexar County, there could potentially be just some snowflakes mixing in with that rain. But back a little closer to Bexar County, what we're dealing with right now this morning is just some very beneficial rainfall. Let's go ahead and zoom in near Seguin. You can see some healthier rain there. Zooming in toward 410 Leon Valley SeaWorld area, getting some decent rainfall right now as well. This is a cold rain, a chilly day for us. I'm calling it winter's last grasp because spring officially starts on Monday, and it's going to be cold through Monday as well. Again, other than the impressive mid-March snowfall up across Edwards and Real County, this is just very, very good rainfall for most of us around San Antonio. So let me know what you're seeing out there. As far as temperatures go, again, Rock Springs the only area that's clocking in near freezing right now. Temperatures may go down another degree or two before the sunrise, but it's not going to be that drastic of a change. Otherwise, it's cold. As we zoom in closer to San Antonio, the reason why I highlighted these areas as having the potential to see a few snowflakes mixed in with the rain is because those temperatures are closer to freezing. You can see it's 37 in Bernie Stage, 36 in Bandera, 38 in Comfort. I do not anticipate a freeze for these areas. It's just a little bit colder than here in San Antonio where it's 40, 43 in Seguin. Right now outside, as I mentioned, you can see there's lots of rain across the city, 40 degrees. As I take you through the futurecast, 80% chance for showers through the morning. It's going to be pretty widespread through about 10 o'clock. Even around noon, we'll see plenty of rain. By the afternoon, things are going to taper off a little bit. Coverage should be about 40% around San Antonio, but still some rain. It isn't until the evening hours that we see the rain shut off for us around San Antonio. So taking you through the KSAT 12-hour forecast, we're going to be in the 40s all day. Heavier rain early this morning, then by about noon, again, things are going to lighten up a little bit. Temperatures will be right near 50 degrees in the afternoon. I think we could see a peak of sunshine or two later on this afternoon, closer to 5 and 6, but all in all, socked into the cloud cover, a gray day for us. Forecast highs only going to be 50 in San Antonio, 53 in Kerrville, 50 in Hondo, even colder out to the west where the rain's going to hang on a little bit longer. Del Rio, you're only going to make it to 48. And as we zoom into Bexar County here, it's a look at neighborhood highs. 53 in Seguin, 50 in Castroville, 50 in Rio Medina. Our average high temperature this time of year is 74. We're some 20, 25 degrees colder than average. This is an impressive cold air mass. And as we look at the forecast for tomorrow, not as much widespread rain. Around San Antonio in the morning, about 30% coverage. Heavier rain south and west toward Del Rio, Cotulla, Carrizo Springs. Those areas have a much better chance for rain. And again, in the afternoon, not really seeing much tomorrow, but we are going to be socked into cloud cover. Once again, a few peaks of sunshine possible in the afternoon, but it is going to be another cold day tomorrow, just not as rainy. Again, only 30% coverage. Then looking at the rest of the week, I put a 20% chance for rain here just about every single day, but that's mainly for drizzle. So again, today is the healthy rainfall for us. Tomorrow, 53 for the high, a few morning showers, a cold day as spring officially starts on Monday. We'll be at 50. We do not have to worry about freezes in the viewing area other than Rock Springs right now because temperatures will be above freezing. No worries for your plants. Don't need to worry about pipes, any of that stuff. This is just winter's last grasp, a cold few days for us. We're going to warm up on Tuesday, but it will stay cloudy with drizzle. We'll be in the 60s. Not really seeing the sun totally until Wednesday and Thursday when highs will be in the 70s and 80s. Guys, I'm going to be tracking that snowfall in the hill country all morning long. I'll be the first to show you if other communities start to see some snow as well. And if you have snowflake pictures, send them in. We want to show them. We want to show them on air. All right, back to you guys.
All right.
Yes, absolutely. You can send those pictures through KSAT Connect, I believe. Right now, your time is 6:18 and it's 40 degrees outside.
All right, it is Saturday. That means we have a new episode of Texas Eats. David Elder visiting a barbecue joint that's pairing Egyptian and Middle Eastern flavors with, get this, traditional barbecue techniques. You're not going to want to miss it. That's next.
Brisket is the only thing on the menu that will be very traditional. Okay. Everybody says don't mess with Texas. I say don't mess with brisket.
Okay, good. It's a good policy to have. Yeah. I'm gonna hold this one up right here. This is lamb right here. And look at the inside. I mean, beautiful. Look how juicy that is.
So these are dry rubbed and smoked to medium rare. We use Middle Eastern spices.
Give some love on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Insane.
I'm in. I mean, that looks fantastic. I do like how he's like, don't mess with brisket. And it looked kind of like on the lamb chops. First off, lamb chops are like top 3 favorite food.
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, and it was what they put on there. He said it was like Middle Eastern spices, but it kind of looked like chimichurri on there.
It did. To be honest, I was watching and waiting for more, to be honest, Max. So.
Well, don't worry. You and everyone else can watch all of it 10 a.m. Look at that.
Exactly. Right now, your time is 6:23 and it's 40 degrees outside.
All right, the world's largest bat colony can be seen just 20 minutes away from San Antonio. Next, when you can see millions of bats.
Well, if you want to see the world's largest bat colony, don't worry because it's just 20 minutes outside of San Antonio. The Bracken Bat Cave will allow visitors on select dates this summer. Officials say during the summer months, 20 million bats emerge from the cave, and it is a sight to see. I hear Max is excited about it.
I'm Batman.
Bat Conservation International members can bring up to 3 guests to experience this event. For dates and how to attend, head to KSAT.com.
All right, time now, 6:27, 40 degrees out.
And just coming back, we'll have more for you. Stay tuned.
Good morning, welcome back, and happy weekend. 6:30 this morning. It is Saturday. It is March 18th. Thank you so much for starting your day with us.
Yes, good morning, everyone. You all, I hear it's going to be a very cool weekend. So just bunker down and snuggle in. That's what I'm hearing.
Sarah, what have you been citing? Winter's last grasp?
Yeah, and winter is here with a vengeance, especially across the hill country. Take a look at that. There's snow out in Rock Springs right now. If you're watching us in Rock Springs, tell us what you're seeing because it does look like at least some snow is accumulating on grass and stuff like that out in the hill country. Now, we don't need to worry about snow really elsewhere because, again, temperatures are going to be above freezing. This is just some good beneficial rain. What I want to do is I want to show you temperatures around the viewing area right now because we are at about 40 degrees in San Antonio, but it is freezing in Rock Springs this morning, hence the snow. It is 36 in Kerrville, so there are a few areas that I'll be watching for these snowflakes to mix in with the rain. It's mainly anywhere from, of course, Rock Springs right now, all the way down to Bernie, perhaps even Fair Oaks Ranch area, some snowflakes mixing in with the rain, but there would be no impacts to travel or anything like that. Elsewhere, just good, beneficial cold rain. We need this rain. We're in the middle of a drought, so we'll take it. As we look at your KSAT 12-hour forecast for the day today, it's going to be rainy pretty much all day. Okay, we've got temperatures in the low 40s, showers, 80% coverage, so on and off, really. Scattered showers around noon. It'll only be 45 degrees. In the afternoon, we start to see things taper off a little bit by the end of the day, maybe even a peak of sunshine or two near 50 degrees. A shower is possible in the afternoon, but rain chances go way down to about 20 to 30%. So a cold day. It's going to be cold tomorrow, but the rain is not going to be as widespread. I'll give you those details coming up in just a bit. Max, Alyssa.
Thank you, Sarah. Now to some late breaking news. This morning, a shooting overnight ends with one person dead and another person in the hospital.
Shots were fired on the southwest side early this morning at a party. RJ Marquez is at police headquarters with what police are saying this morning. RJ.
Yeah, good morning, Max and Alyssa. San Antonio police said several shots came from a car that was driving up the 2100 block of South Callahan Road, and this happened right across from Wolf Stadium around 2:30 this morning. So we were told that there was a party taking place at the house when those shots were fired, and there was a mix of teens and adults at this party. One of those gunshots hit a girl who police described as a juvenile. She was found dead on the front porch of that house. Police said another gunshot hit another girl who was also listed as a juvenile as well. So she was shot in the chest area and actually transported to University Hospital, and at last check she was listed in critical condition. So the names and ages of the victims have not been released, as this is starting an ongoing investigation here. It's also unclear what the motive was for this shooting. So we're told early this morning that police also did not have a description of the vehicle involved, and again, this is an ongoing investigation as police continue to try and get more details on this overnight shooting. That's the latest here from police headquarters. Max and Alyssa, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. Also overnight, 2 people in the hospital after a 3-vehicle crash on the southwest side. So take a look. Police on the scene telling us that this happened just after 11 last night. A driver crashing into another vehicle head on. The driver of one of the vehicles pinned that victim, taken to the hospital in serious condition. Right now, investigators are working to figure out how and why this all happened. We're still waiting to learn what charges, if any, that driver will face. And also new this morning, family and friends saying goodbyes to a Von Ormy woman.
And her 2 young grandchildren. Funeral services were held last night, almost a month after they died in a fire. Family and friends are still reeling from the loss of 39-year-old Vanessa Ortega and her 2 grandchildren, a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. All 3 died at a fire or in a fire at Ortega's mobile home on Blue Lily Drive.
Ortega's stepfather says he understands firefighters did all they could. But almost a month later, their family still has questions about how exactly this fire started.
From what I understand is the fire spread rapidly. And by the time the first sheriff got there, he saw the smoke from a mile away, the flames, and he got there and he said it was too late. There was nothing that could be done for anybody.
Terrible situation. We reached out to the Atascosa County Fire Marshal, see if we could get those answers. We are still waiting for them to get back to us.
An eye for an eye. She doesn't have the rights to be free.
It's been 2 years since the search began for 18-month-old James Chairez after the toddler disappeared in 2021.
So it would take weeks for his remains to be found, and then more than a year for his mother, Delaney Chairez, to be charged with the baby's death.
Erica Hernandez spoke to one of the persons who's been fighting for justice for baby James as the case against his mother comes up for hearing next week.
She failed James as a mother. She failed James as an individual. You know, she was supposed to be his caretaker, and his life is no longer here.
Marisol Benavides still grieves for her 18-month nephew, James Chairez. Benavides was the one to reach out to the police when she couldn't find baby James or his mother, Delaney Chairez. A search for the 2 began in February of 2021. Delaney was eventually found, but baby James was not. His remains were later discovered underneath the West Side trailer where they lived.
There's not a day that I don't talk to him. You know, I have him next to me. I tell him good morning. I tell him good night. We talk about him a lot. We have a lot of times where we just sit and watch his videos.
Delaney was arrested and charged with tampering with evidence, but it would take more than a year before she was indicted and charged with injury to a child. Now she sits in the Bexar County Jail, and her attorney has filed a motion for reduction of bond, a request Marisol is upset with.
I think that she needs to stay in there. I hope that she never gets out. She needs to suffer the consequences of this.
Until Delaney goes to trial, Marisol says she can't move on and find closure. Until then, she continues to fight for baby James.
I hope and pray that the justice system does James right, and he deserves justice.
Last year, Delaney was sentenced to 5 years in prison on a tampering with evidence charge involving this case. So even if she got that bond reduction next week, she would still remain in jail. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
Well, we now know the name of the man shot earlier this week by police. SAPD tells us officers shot 41-year-old Paul Ayala during a standoff on Tuesday. So this was the scene on South Cross Ranch Road on the southeast side. Police say that Ayala had a gun pointed at his head and then pointed it at officers. And that's when they opened fire. He was treated on the scene, still in police custody. SAPD says Ayala had 2 outstanding warrants.
The Texas Supreme Court has knocked down a legal challenge to a ballot initiative that would decriminalize abortion and marijuana in San Antonio. In a 6-3 opinion yesterday, justices said blocking the so-called Justice Charter Amendment from the ballot would be interfering with the May 6th election before it even takes place. KSAT's Dylan Collier broke down the court's decision. You can read more about it right now on our website at ksat.com.
Well, a week of investors navigating, to say lightly, a rocky road on Wall Street. It ends with all the markets down, despite major banks stepping in to save First Republic Bank from collapsing. ABC's Daria Albinger has more on the questions over moves made by First Republic executives just over the last few months.
Turmoil in the banking industry causing concern across the U.S., resulting in losses on Wall Street. The Dow ending the week down 384 points, or 1.2%.
There's still a lot of angst in the marketplace. I think there are some investors worried that we may see a bank failure or two this weekend.
The loss is happening despite 11 of the country's biggest banks swooping in to save First Republic Bank with a $30 billion rescue package. President Biden now calling on lawmakers to step in, saying Congress must act to impose tougher penalties for senior bank executives whose mismanagement contributed to their institutions failing. The Biden administration also wants regulators to be able to take back gains from executive stock sales, empower the FDIC to impose fines against executives of failed banks, and to ban them from holding jobs in the industry. The Wall Street Journal reporting executives at First Republic sold $12 million in stock in recent months. Those executives are still in charge. First Republic telling ABC News they have no comment on those stock sales.
I feel confident that the regulators are looking at this. And I would be surprised if they weren't.
The parent company of Silicon Valley Bank has now filed for bankruptcy. Sources tell ABC News the FBI is looking into whether there is evidence of insider trading.
The bankruptcy helps the bank's parent company find new owners for its other business lines that are not under federal control, which includes things like their investment bank and their wealth management firm.
Daria Albinger, ABC News, New York.
Well, today the San Antonio River is dyed green in honor of St. Patrick's Day, which was yesterday. The city's website report the river will be dyed green from 11 a.m. to noon near the Museum Ranch area and later in the day downtown. Since 1968, this river has been dyed green, and some people around town jokingly call it the River Shenanigans, or Shannon, I should say. Don't worry about the water, though. The dye is eco-friendly, and about 25 gallons of it will spread into the river for each event.
All right, we walked on the river yesterday just before they dyed it, and I was like, oh, it's not green yet.
Oh, yes.
That and the festivities. We saw videos of the festival. It was awesome.
Yes. Oh, yes. People are still enjoying even with the rain.
Absolutely. Time now, 6:41, 40 degrees out.
Scientists at NASA believe there was water on Mars at one point. After the break, we'll explore what evidence led them to that answer.
Now let's take a live look out at the Alamo City. Sarah Spivey has your full forecast. We are talking snow? Not going to miss it. We'll be right back. Good morning and welcome back. So here's big news. Scientists think they found proof that there was once water on Mars. So they discovered what appeared to be the remains of a glacier near the red planet's equator. While ice is no longer there, the salt deposits are actually used as evidence. They believe those features, well, that's where preserves of materials from a nearby volcano came into contact with the ice. So if there really was a glacier there, this means, and this is really why we're talking about it, that there might still be water and possibly life somewhere on Mars.
Wow, very interesting. The London Zoo has shared images of an adorable sloth family moment. This is 3-month-old sloth named Nova holding on to her mom, Marilyn, in a tender embrace. Nova was born on New Year's Day and has been staying close to her mama ever since. She will stay attached to her mom for at least another 9 months until she's strong enough to swing from the branches on her own.
All right, I want to go back to the ice. So ice on Mars, snow in Texas in March, Sarah?
Yes, not only in Texas, but in our KSAT 12 viewing area. Now here in San Antonio, we're not going to see any snow this morning, but up across the hill country, as you can see, there are some snow showers falling in Edwards County. Let's go ahead and zoom into Edwards County itself right now and show you, and in Real County as well. So if you are in Rock Springs, give it about an hour. The sun's going to rise. Go outside, snap a picture, tell us what you're seeing, share it to us on KSAT Connect. We would love to share your pictures on air this morning. But as you can see, in Rock Springs and in Edwards County, they're getting the snowfall right now. Snow falling also in northern Real County, nearer to Lakey. I would not be surprised if we see a changeover to snow for Lakey and for Los Maples area, Vanderpool as well in Bandera County. And in fact, there are a few areas where we could see a changeover to snow as well this morning. At least a few snowflakes, and that includes areas in Kerrville and Lakey as well. Otherwise, though, things are nice and rainy for areas like Uvalde, Hondo, Brackettville. This is all cold rain. And of course, in San Antonio, too, we're seeing some cold rain as well. Let me go ahead and turn on the New Braunfels radar so that way we can see a little bit closer to the Alamo City. Some neighborhoods that are getting some good rain right now, Castroville, Divine. All of us are seeing at least some rain, but a little bit heavier for SeaWorld, Rio Medina, Castroville, Natalia right now, and out across parts of the east, too. What we're also seeing is a melting layer. Sometimes a melting layer shows up a little bit higher on the reflectivities, and so we're seeing that down near Poteet, Pleasanton, Floresville. Everything above us falling right now is snow, except for at a small little layer at the surface, it melts and becomes rain. And so wherever that melting is occurring, you can see the highlights there in the rainfall. So just some very good rain falling, and honestly, rain is going to be with us for most of the day. Let me show you a look outside in San Antonio. You can see that we're dealing with some of those rain showers across the roads. It's 40 degrees. Winds are from the northeast at about 12 miles per hour, gusts up to 25. Now that means we have a wind chill. It feels like it's 33 at the airport. It feels like it's almost in the 20s up in Bernie Stage Airfield. It feels like 33 in Seguin. But here's the thing. Temperatures are not freezing. So we're above freezing. We don't have any issues with ice on the roads. The only places you should be a little bit careful of are the side streets out in Los Maples and up across Rock Springs. Otherwise, there's no problems with the roads this morning other than the fact that they're wet. So take your time getting to where you need to go if you have to leave this morning. If not, sit inside, enjoy that chimenea for potentially the last time for a while, because it is the winter's last grasp. It's going to get warm by the middle of the week. But today and this weekend, it'll be cold. Here's your KSAT 12-hour forecast. 42 at 10, 45 at noon, and we'll only warm up to near 50 degrees if we're lucky and see a few peaks of sunshine. Rain chances also coming down in the afternoon, but we still have a 40% chance for scattered showers at 3 o'clock. So when we're looking for lack of rainfall, look to this later afternoon, 5, 6. That's when we'll start to see things taper off quite a bit. Highs today, 48 in Del Rio, 48 Carrizo Springs, colder out west where the rain will linger longer. 53 in Kerrville, 54 in Canyon Lake. It'll be 53 in Seguin, 53 in Floresville, 50 in Castroville. We are running some 25 degrees colder than average. Again, winter's last grasp this weekend for us. Cold rain today, only a few showers in the morning tomorrow. Notice we're not going to deal with freezes or anything like that. The morning low tomorrow will be 39. 53 tomorrow, 50 on Monday. We finally start to warm up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, when temperatures will be back into the 70s and 80s. However, it is going to be difficult for us to see total sunshine until later this week, upcoming week. We really are going to be socked into cloud cover through about Tuesday, and then it becomes humid in our regular spring-like program with temperatures back into the 70s and 80s by Thursday and Friday, guys.
All right, Sarah Spivey, thank you so much. Time now is 6:50, and it is cold, 40 degrees.
Oh yeah, a new video game puts you behind the controls of a flying taxi. That's next in the latest in gaming.
All right, speaking of taxis, look at those roadways. You can see some of the water on the TransGuide cameras. A lot of people out and about. If you do have plans for today, make sure to drive safe, be smart. If anything does pop up on the roads, we'll keep you posted.
In the 1997 movie The Fifth Element, Bruce Willis plays a cab driver in a flying car. In the 1999 video game Crazy Taxi, players must deliver their passengers as fast as possible. Mile High Taxi combines ideas from both for its gameplay.
Sort of taken those two worlds and put them into one, using the Fifth Element sort of esque environment and Crazy Taxi 1990s gameplay.
The game was created by a single developer as a side project from his day job.
I wanted to fly one of those taxis, so it was something that I wanted to do and enjoy, and so I figured I'd build it myself. Lose a little bit without having the ground there, but you also gain some things with having the sky beneath you.
Somebody gotta be the man.
Whether it's something that pedestrians or passengers are talking about, or if it's one of many billboards that are found throughout the game. There's hundreds of those. They all each contain a somewhat different Easter egg, mostly targeted towards science fiction fans.
Next time, I'm taking Johnny Cab. With 1 point left on my license in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
All right, so what are we thinking? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
It looks really fun.
Yeah.
I'm thinking thumbs up. What about you?
I'll try it. You bring it in, we'll put it on the big screen.
All right, let's do it. Game on.
Time now is 6:55, 40 degrees out.
We'll be right back.
Temperatures are in the 40s around San Antonio, but as you can see, it is below freezing in Rock Springs, but barely just so. 32 degrees in Rock Springs. It's 42 in Del Rio, 40 in Uvalde, 37 in Kerrville. It's in that Rock Springs area that we're seeing some snow right now, and in northern Real County. Around San Antonio, though, just some good, beneficial cold rain. Since midnight in San Antonio, we've seen more than a quarter inch of rainfall, which is good. Yeah, it's been very dry winter, so it's nice to see some of this rain. A few snowflakes could mix in with the rain in Kerrville, perhaps even as far south as Bernie, but we do not anticipate any kind of impacts from the snow that's ongoing in Rock Springs right now. By the way, if you're out there in Rock Springs, I put this picture of this pug from St. Patrick's Day in here because the QR code next to the pug, it takes you to KSAT Connect, where you can upload pictures. We want to show them on air. We want people to see what's going on up there in Rock Springs. Otherwise, cold and rainy in San Antonio pretty much all day. Temperatures will be in the 40s. We'll see rain taper off in the later afternoon hours when we reach perhaps 50 degrees, but it's going to be damp and raw not only today, but tomorrow we're going to have a few morning showers. Less rain tomorrow, mainly in the morning, and then in the afternoon we won't really have any rain. 53 for the high tomorrow, 50 on Monday, finally warming up by Tuesday through the week.
There's Bobby. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. We're going to take an hour-long break for Good Morning America. We'll see you at 8 a.m.
across the hill country. Edwards County seeing some snow in Rock Springs, even in Mountain Home in northern Kerr County seeing some snow. We could see some snowflakes mix in as far south as Bernie later on this morning, but no travel impacts because the ground is above freezing. And here in San Antonio, we're really just going to be looking at cold rain during the morning hours, cold rain into the afternoon too, tapering off later afternoon, high of only 50.
You know, guys.
Good morning. I'm meteorologist Sarah Spivey. We've got cold rain in San Antonio, but there is snow falling. Wet, heavy snow in Rock Springs and in northern Lakey County, as well as even in northern Kerr County, where we just got a report in of some snow falling in Mountain Home, which is right along I-10 there before you get into Kimball County. Now, I do not anticipate heavy snow around San Antonio, but in areas that I'm about to draw here, we could have some snowflakes, including extreme northern Bexar County, mixed in with the rain. The good news is ground temperature is perfectly fine, so we don't have any kind of impacts on the roads or anything like that. If you're in Rock Springs, if you're in seeing some snow anywhere across the hill country, go ahead and post some pictures on KSAT Connect or just reach out to me at sspivey@ksat.com. Otherwise, it's going to be a rainy day here in San Antonio. We'll see some sunshine in the afternoon, high of only snow up in the hill country right now. Accumulating snowfall, Rock Springs, northern Kerr County, out in western Kerr County as well, rather. And just cold rain around San Antonio. All we expect is cold rain, high of 50. Tomorrow, less rain, 53.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning and happy weekend. Starting out with the big story of the morning, the ever-changing weather.
You've likely heard the rainfall over the past several hours. Let's take a look at the conditions outside. But before that, check out this picture. Let's take a step aside.
Snow on a truck. In a Mountain Home, which is in northern Kerr County, guys. So on elevated surfaces, we're actually seeing snow accumulate on March 18th.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, yes. So thank you so much to that viewer, Rhonda, who sent in that picture. This is a look outside with live cam right now. It's just cold rain in San Antonio. I want to reassure you, we're not going to see any snow really in the city of San Antonio. But again, thank you, Rhonda, so much for sending in the picture. I know there's a lot of viewers out in the hill country that are tuning in right now, seeing some of the same thing. If you have pictures of snow in the hill country, go ahead and scan that QR code. That's going to take you to our KSAT Connect page. You can upload them there and then I can show them on air. And by the way, I got some pictures in from the Rock Springs area as well that I'm hoping to show a little bit later on in the show as well. But as you can see outside with the radar, it is just cold rain in San Antonio, but this is the area where we are seeing snow right now. I'm going to turn on the radar a little bit closer to the snowfall, and you can see Rock Springs, Edwards County, northern Real County, Mountain Home, where that picture was taken, right here. So we do know that there has been snow that's fallen into Kerr County as far north as Mountain Home. But as you can see right now, the heaviest of the snow is falling near Rock Springs, near Lakey. And in fact, this may be overdoing the estimates, but when you look at the snowfall here in this area, up to about, in some places, up to about, I think this is overdoing it a little bit, but I think an inch of snow has fallen in there based off some pictures I've seen at least. But let's go back to San Antonio, because again, it's just a cold rain in San Antonio. If I were to draw a line where I think we could see some snowflakes mix in with the rain, it would be somewhere along the line of, let me get the drawing tool highlighted there. There we go. All right, somewhere along the lines of northern Bexar County up to Bernie, out toward Kerrville and Bandera County. That's where we could have some snowflakes mixed in with the rain. But look at this good rain we're seeing over San Antonio right now in southern Bexar County, out from Elmendorf to Palo Alto College to Lackland. You can see some of that good rain falling there as well. Even if a few snowflakes mix in up as far south as Bernie, no impacts because temperatures are above freezing. Coming up, I'll show you the future cast, what we've got planned for what I'm calling winter's last grasp, because spring officially starts on Monday. And hopefully I'll show you some more of those pictures of that snow across the hill country coming up in a bit.
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, former President Donald Trump saying in a social media post that he found out he may be arrested on Tuesday as a New York prosecutor is eyeing charges in a case examining hush money paid to women who allege sexual encounters with the former president. Now, the message was posted on his Truth social network earlier this morning.
Yeah, the former president urged his followers to protest. There has been no public announcement of any time frame for the grand jury's secret work in the case, including any potential vote on whether to indict the ex-president.
Obviously, a story we're going to be following throughout the day, so stay with us on air and online with more updates. So new this morning, a party coming to a stop after gunfire on the west side. One person dead, another in critical condition. Take a look. This is what we know right now. Officers tell us their investigation just started around 2:30 this morning after someone drove up to a party in the home and 2300 block of Callahan Road. That's just across from Nelson Wolff Stadium. Police say someone in the vehicle started shooting at the house, shot two people. One of them pronounced dead at the scene. The other victim hit in the chest, taken to the hospital. Right now, no arrests have been made.
Now, two drivers are now recovering after a head-on crash on the southwest side. One driver actually became trapped in the wreckage. San Antonio police say a driver and two black cars collided just after 11 last night on Southwest Military Drive, not far from I-35. One driver had to be pulled from his vehicle. They were taken to the hospital with serious injuries. The other driver was also hurt, but should be okay. It's not clear what caused the crash.
And we now have new details about that standoff we first told you about on Tuesday. Now, this standoff happened at South Cross Ranch Road on the southeast side. Police telling us that officers shot 41-year-old Paul Ayala during the standoff. Police say that he had a gun pointed at his head, then pointed it at officers. That's when they opened fire. He was treated on the scene. He's still in police custody. SAPD said that Ayala still had two outstanding warrants.
Bexar County deputies arrested three teens for allegedly robbing a man at gunpoint at a Circle K on Foster Road. Investigators say the teens chased the victim down in a stolen vehicle before crashing on FM 78 on the northeast side. And there's something else. Deputies say a fourth person was involved in the robbery. Right now, they're looking for an 18-year-old. If you know anything that can help, call the Bexar County Sheriff's Office at 335-6000.
Well, the Texas Supreme Court knocking down a legal challenge to a ballot initiative that would decriminalize abortion and marijuana in San Antonio. So that means that this initiative, it is now up to the voters. In a 6-3 opinion, justices said blocking the so-called Justice Charter Amendment from the ballot would be interfering with the May 6th election before it even takes place. KSAT 12's Dylan Collier breaks down the court's decision. You can read all about that right now. Just head to KSAT.com.
Well, Max, this is the day 3 of one of the biggest celebrations of the year for the Tejano music fans.
Absolutely. What a tough coverage for RJ Marquez this morning. We're talking about the Tejano Music Awards fanfare at Market Square. So, RJ, what's going on out there? Did you beat the rush?
Yeah, we definitely beat the rush. Right now, all is quiet, but if you've been seeing any of our coverage over the past couple of days, Max and Alyssa, you know that this place is about to get pretty jumping here in just a little bit. And again, you cannot go wrong with good food, good drinks, and of course, the good music here at the Tejano Fan Fest Fair. This is going to be a lot of fun. This is a huge event, and hopefully the weather cooperates. It is obviously a little bit rainy outside right now, a little bit cold, but things are expected to pick up later on, and more than 125,000 people are making their way here to Market Square for this 4-day event. So this is a pretty big deal. So this, of course, all kicked off on Thursday and runs through tomorrow. So if you can't make it out today, you still have time tomorrow. And this is the first time, guys, since the pandemic that the fan fair is at full capacity. So that is good news. But organizer and vendors obviously still dealing with all of this wet weather here. I do see some tarps behind me covering up some of the stage and vendor locations. So they're hoping things clear up later today and things get going. And things will get going here with later on around noon. So the first group is expected to hit the stage around that time. And it's going to be just a full day of Tejano and Conjunto jams. There are 5 stages set up here and more than 100 musicians from around the country in San Antonio performing this weekend. So we actually caught up with one musician who's from Big Spring, who's here to perform and also take in all the sights and sounds.
I grew up on Tejano. I grew up on Conjunto, and you know, it runs in my family, and just the love of music, bringing it to people, and just letting them have a good time listening to it as well. You know, it's just memories and fun.
All right, guys, so this all gets started around noon today. And again, rain or shine, we got rain. We don't have much shine right now, but rain or shine, this event is going to go on no matter what. That's what organizers have been telling us throughout the week. And I should mention this because this is obviously very important, but this is a free event. So head out here to Market Square, listen to some free music, get yourself some food, some drinks, and just have a good time because it should be a lot of fun out here. Max and Alyssa, back to you guys.
Yes, thank you so much, RJ. It looks like it's going to be a good time, even if it is raining.
Exactly. He's got to bring us back some food, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Time now, 8:09, 41 degrees out.
A free program in San Antonio could teach people new skills, which could be useful in a variety of industries. How you can take part is all coming up next.
Good morning, welcome back, and happy weekend. So, last weekend, I think we got into like the 90s.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Perfect. It was the San Antonio weather I know and love, Sarah Spivey, but this morning, some of our viewers, they woke up to snow.
Oh, yeah.
Max, I'm so glad you reminded me because, yes, we got up to 92 just a week ago, and today snow is falling across the hill country this morning. We showed you this picture earlier in Mountain Home in northern Kerr County. Here's the picture that we just got in from viewer Matt McCone out in Rock Springs in Edwards County. You can see how the snow has even coated the grass here. This is what was anticipated. In Rock Springs, it's just barely freezing at the surface. The roads are totally fine, but there is a little bit of snowfall accumulation on those elevated surfaces. If you're watching us in the hill country, please send us your pictures. You can do so by scanning that QR code. That'll take you to KSAT Connect, and you can upload your pictures. It's really helpful during this time to have eyes on the ground, so I would love to show those if you can. Here's where that snow band is right now as it's moving through Edwards County. You can see Rock Springs right there. That's where that picture was that I just showed you. The picture of the truck was in Mountain Home in northern Kerr County. You can see that northern Real County is also getting some snowfall. And even there could be some snowflakes mixing in with the rain down near Concan, Brackettville, Uvalde. We are not very concerned about travel impacts from this, and let me show you why. I can actually bring up road temperatures here. As you know, a week ago it was 92 degrees, and even just 3 days ago it was in the 80s. So as we look at road temperatures here, you can see temperatures are I'm going to pause this, well above freezing. Let's go ahead and sample a few spots where we know the snow is falling. Temperatures in the mid-30s. Here in San Antonio, it's just a cold rain, and we've got road temperatures right at about 43. So again, no travel impacts. This is honestly just meteorologically fascinating. If you can't tell, I'm nerding out by the fact that we have got snow in the hill country on March 18th. Very impressive. But of course, I don't want to forget all of us here in San Antonio as well. This is just beneficial rain. We've seen more than a quarter of an inch of rainfall since midnight. It is cold rain. It's a bit of a nuisance. And actually, when we have this kind of atmospheric pattern, everything above us is snow, and it's just melting and turning into rain. And you can actually see that melting layer here when you look at the higher intensities on the radar. It's raining on 90 and 410, but not particularly hard, just a good steady rainfall there out near Floresville, Poth, Poteet, Pleasanton, New Braunfels, Bernie. Let me know if you're seeing some snowflakes mixed in with the rain there. I do think it is possible to see some snowflakes mixing in as far south as Bernie. But as we take a look at temperatures, again, we're all above freezing now, so there should be no issues whatsoever on the roads or even for your plants in a big way, in a major way. Some of those new sprouts, perhaps some issues, but it's 42 in San Antonio, upper 30s in the hill country. Outside right now, not a pretty picture, but it's cold and damp, 42. Calm winds right now. As we take a look at the futurecast at 10 o'clock, still 80% coverage of the showers. Those will be coming down into the afternoon. 3 p.m. we'll be looking at less coverage, and then by 7, most of the rain should be done for the day. So as you take a look at your KSAT 12-hour forecast, Just to reiterate everything I said, today's going to be a damp, cold day. We're going to struggle to get out of the 40s. Less coverage in the afternoon, perhaps even a few peaks of sunshine before the sun sets, high of 50 degrees. Now, highs elsewhere, colder out to the west. Del Rio, Eagle Pass, Carrizo Springs, only in the 40s. Only in the 40s in Rock Springs where there's snow on the ground. 50 in San Antonio, 54 in Canyon Lake, 50 in Helotes, 50 in Rio Medina, 53 in Comfort. Looking at your day tomorrow, here in San Antonio, coverage will only be 30% in the morning. Higher coverage off to the west, but tomorrow's going to still be a cold day because we'll be socked into cloud cover for most of the day. Rain chances come down from here on out. Monday through Friday, that 20% really is only for some drizzle in the morning. So take a look at the forecast. We'll finally warm up by Tuesday, but it's going to be a raw weekend. Spring officially starts on Monday. That's why I'm calling this winter's last grasp, because hopefully this is the last time we'll have to deal with temperatures like this for quite some time. I'm hoping to show more pictures coming up in the next half hour. Let's make it happen. We'll talk a little bit more about rainfall totals so far. Max, Alyssa.
Yes, same, Sarah. Thank you all so much for sending in the pictures. KSAT Connect, it's online too if you're listening right now.
All right, Thank you, Sarah. 817, 41 degrees out.
All right, taking a look at the lottery, we have the pick 3. Numbers 4, 9, 8. Big number is 1. We have the daily 4 numbers 1, 0, 6, 3 with the big number 9. That's the fireball number. And we have the cash 5 at 1, 16, 18, 23, and 27.
And you play the Mega Millions?
I don't, but I should.
Okay, I think we all should at this point. So here are your Mega Millions numbers: 26, 28, 29, 39, 49. Big number 25. Mega Plier 3. Good luck. We'll be right back. Good morning and welcome back. Check this out. An East Central ISD administrator honored as National Educator of the Year. Heather Burns is the district coordinator of early childhood education and curriculum.
She was chosen as Educator of the Year by Bell Excel. Each year, Bell Excel considers thousands of educators nationwide and picks one outstanding educator dedicated to helping children reach their full potential.
All right, so people who want the chance to learn new skills, they can do so without even having to physically go to the classroom. And the best part of all, you don't have to pay. A new program launching this month in San Antonio, it's free.
It's called the Generator Skills Accelerator. It teaches skills for an entry-level role and project management that could translate to a variety of industries.
For any individual that joins our program, with our employer network, we're able to find an employer that really fits what they're looking for. If they're looking to work in beauty using their new project management skills, odds are we're able to connect them to that company and make sure that they're able to, again, gain employment at the end of the program.
Generator Skills has already launched its program in 25 markets around the country. Its San Antonio debut is part of a partnership with the city, Alamo Colleges District, and Microsoft.
So the 6-week virtual program kicks off later this month, but you have until tomorrow to apply. If you are interested in applying, we have all that information right now. Just head to KSAT.com.
Yes, it'll be online. Wonderful opportunity. Wonderful opportunity.
It's amazing. Getting people back to work.
Oh, yeah. It's 8:22 and 41 degrees outside.
All right, new treatment for those who suffer with migraines. Why this new treatment might be a safer alternative with people who have conditions like heart disease. We're going to explain. Good morning, welcome back, and happy Saturday. So we have a brand new episode of Texas Seats coming up at 10 a.m. David Elder taking us to one of the top spots for Texas barbecue across the whole hill country. Take a look. All right, well, don't worry.
I want to start with these tacos. They look spectacular. What's going on with those?
We tried to Asian-fry al pastor tacos a little bit. So we did pork belly al pastor. So we did the traditional marinade, achiote, a little bit of guajillo, garlic, Mexican spices, stuff like that. And then we break down the pork belly into little chunks, more or less. And then we just let it marinate for a couple days, honestly, since it's so thick, so big. And then we just kind of slice it, give it that trompo kind of feel, kind of touch, and then go from there.
The two salsas you have made in-house?
Yeah, so we have a like a creamy jalapeno green one, and then we have a chile arbol, which is a red one. So obviously spicy and even more spicy.
Cheers. That's the bite. Oh, wow.
Not muy.
You got to go with the jalapeno sauce.
Oh man, another Asian fusion restaurant. That's what we were talking about right before we came back. This looks delicious. Would you give that a try?
Oh, for sure. I was going to say, don't worry if you missed out on this, because we're going to have a full episode 10 a.m. My only gripe is he doesn't bring us the samples anymore.
I know. I enjoy when David brings pizza.
Yeah.
We all love to just munch and chow down.
David, if you're watching, if you're awake, maybe next weekend you grace us with your presence.
Yes.
Bring us Breakfast of Champions. But for now, time is 8:27, 41 degrees out.
TikTok is facing new scrutiny. A look at a growing security concerns in the next half hour.
And a new tool in migraine treatment. It comes in the form of, get this, a spray. We're going to take a closer look at how the new medication, how it works. That's coming up. Good morning and welcome back. So taking a live look out at the Alamo City. We're seeing some rain and 40s here, but Sarah Spivey, our neighbors are seeing snow.
Are you ready? Look at this. This is not from December. This is not from January. This is from this morning, March 18th in Rock Springs. Thank you so much to the viewer who sent this in out in Rock Springs. Yes, there is snow across the hill country. By the way, if you are in the hill country and you are seeing anything, snowfall, even if it's a couple of flakes in your hand, go ahead and post a picture onto KSAT Connect, which is on our weather app and online. Just search KSAT Connect. You'll find the portal to do that. But you'll notice it's above freezing everywhere. It's 34 in Rock Springs where that picture was taken, 39 in Kerrville. Well, here's a fun fact. It can snow even when it's above freezing at the surface because everything above us is below freezing. In fact, it's snowing way up high in the atmosphere over San Antonio right now, but all we're getting is some cold rain. Here's a look at the radar right now. You can see the blues there where Edwards County is, where Rock Springs is, and northern Kerr County as well, also getting some of that snowfall. You know, there is the potential, even though it's above freezing, for us to see some snowflakes mixed in with the rain anywhere north of this line. So that does include extremely northern Bexar County up to Bernie and Kerrville. So let me know what you're seeing. Again, you can email me sspivey@ksat.com, or better yet, post those pictures on KSAT Connect. But again, first let's go ahead and just zoom into the areas that are seeing some snow here. First of all, Uvalde, you're getting some good rain this morning. It's just cold rain though out in Uvalde. Rock Springs, northern Real County, we're talking Camp Wood area as well, even though it's not in that blue, probably getting some snow near Lakey too. So let us know what you're seeing. I know what we're seeing here in San Antonio, just some cold, beneficial rainfall for us moving through the Alamo City. We've seen more than 1/4 inch of rain just since midnight. Floresville getting some good rain as well right now. We're going to be stuck with this cold rain for most of the day. Here's the KSAT 12-hour forecast. Coverage is going to come down a little bit before noon, but still you'll need the windshield wipers, the umbrella, and the coat. Temperatures are going to be only struggling to get up to about 50 degrees this afternoon when we see a couple of peaks of sunshine. But that is about it. Coming up, we're going to take another deep dive into that radar, show you some neighborhoods getting good rain, show you some neighborhoods getting snow, and show you some more of those snow pictures coming up in just a bit. Alyssa, Max.
Thank you, Sarah. Starting off with morning headlines. Scientists say there are new clues coming in light of their search for the possible origins of how COVID-19 started in China. The new data seems to contradict the popular lab leak theory. So the WHO, the World Health Organization, says an analysis of genetic material suggests a possible connection between the virus and raccoon dogs. It's an animal that was commonly traded at a seafood wet market in Wuhan, China. Now, an international team of researchers uncovered the information from DNA sequences taken early on in the pandemic. The findings do not answer questions about how the pandemic started, nor do they prove that raccoon dogs sold at the market were infected or were responsible for infecting people. However, scientists say that there is a possibility that the animals were the initial carriers of the virus.
Now to an update on last month's toxic chemical train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio. And an Environmental Protection Agency administrator says the cleanup will take at least another 3 months, and that's bearing bad weather or any changes to the site condition. So far, about half of the total excavation of contaminated soil from under the track is complete. Nearly 7 million gallons of liquid and more than 5,400 tons of solid waste was taken from the site for disposal.
All right, now to the latest in the pseudo banking crisis across the country. Wall Street investors seem nervous amid uncertainty in the banking sector and our broader economy. Stocks opened lower yesterday and closed even lower as news of bank struggles continued. Shares of First Republic Bank tumbling 20% after Fitch Ratings said it could downgrade it. Now, Fitch said the bank's liquidity is still weak despite that $30 billion lifeline from larger institutions. Shares of Credit Suisse fell about 9% amid talk of a potential takeover. The uncertainty in the banking sector started when customers with uninsured deposits began switching to larger institutions. President Joe Biden stepping in, now calling on Congress to expand the FDIC's authority to punish executives of banks that fail.
A federal judge has ordered one of Donald Trump's attorneys to provide additional testimony as part of an investigation into the former president's handling of classified documents. That's according to CNN, which is reporting the DOJ met the threshold for the crime fraud for Evan Corcoran. Corcoran has a potential to become one of the most crucial witnesses in the criminal investigation into possible mishandling of classified records after the Trump presidency, as well as obstruction of justice.
All right, now to the latest in the U.S. government dealing with TikTok. The U.S. government launching a criminal investigation into TikTok's parent company, ByteDance. So this investigation pertains to possible improper access to personal information of several U.S. citizens. This is all according to Forbes and the New York Times. TikTok confirming in December that after an internal review, 4 ByteDance employees had been fired for surveilling Americans, including surveilling 2 journalists. Since ByteDance is owned and operated by a Chinese company, there are fears that the Chinese government could pressure them to hand over data on its American users. Well, a new nasal spray to treat migraines quickly approved last week for use in adults by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Yes, CNN's Mandy Gaither has more on how the medicine works and what to do when it's administered.
One more weapon for those who suffer from migraines. It's a nasal spray called Zavspret. While there are other treatments, including sprays for migraines, this one could relieve pain faster, in minutes, according to drug maker Pfizer.
It is a powerful drug, and when you look at the data, it really stands out in terms of, the efficacy and the safety profile.
Dr. Ahmad Estamalik with Cleveland Clinic says this drug, which should be available in July, can be used by patients who get nauseated by oral medications or can't tolerate medicine that has to be swallowed. It's also an alternative for those who have conditions like heart disease that prevent them from being able to safely use other kinds of migraine treatments.
The nasal nostrils have a lot of small blood vessels, so it gets absorbed very quickly. Again, unlike an oral medication. So within minutes, according to the trial, within 10, 15 minutes, you will notice, already a pain relief.
The medication goes in through a spray into the nose. If your migraine pain is one-sided, Estamalik says to spray into the nostril on the side with the pain.
The best way is really backward tilting injection and then, waiting a few seconds so for all to be absorbed, and then tilting your head back down.
Estamalik says having a way to stop migraines is critical, but so is doing what you can to prevent them. That may mean preventive medicine or lifestyle changes. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Right now, your time and temperature is 39 and 41 degrees.
Ooh, Sarah Spivey is going to join us with your full forecast, including possible snow for some of our neighbors.
Alrighty, it has been an exciting morning in the Weather Center because there has been snow falling, as forecast, across parts of the hill country. This is out in Mountain Home, which is in northern Kerr County. You can see the snow accumulating on those elevated surfaces like the truck here. There have been no problems on the roads. Road temperatures are just fine. This is another picture out in Rock Springs, great hunting land out there in Rock Springs. You can see the elevated surfaces like the grass here, like that mountain cedar tree, has some snow on it this morning. This one courtesy of Matt McCone. Thank you so much to everybody who sent in pictures. If you're watching us in the hill country, waking up to a winter wonderland or just a few snowflakes, go ahead and take pictures and you can scan that QR code, submit them to KSAT Connect. We would love to show them on air. First, though, let's go ahead and get down to business and talk about where the snow is. It's all across Edwards County, Real County, and even into Kerr County, as we've been discussing. So Rock Springs, Camp Wood, Lakey area, that's where we do have some of that snowfall. However, there is plenty of rain for areas from Del Rio out to Uvalde. We are running out of time to see snow here in San Antonio. There are some areas that could be getting some snowflakes mixed in with the rain, and I want you to let me know if you are seeing that. Generally, north of this line here, that's where we could see some snowflakes mixing in with the rain. So that does include neighborhoods like Bernie, Fair Oaks Ranch, those areas up out to Kerrville as well. So just let us know what you're seeing. That would be really helpful. Our radar technology is awesome, but eyes on the ground are even better sometimes. So let's go ahead and take a look at San Antonio, areas that are getting some good rain. Alamo Heights, Elmendorf right now near Calaveras Lake as well, Mitchell Lake. We've seen 3,400ths of an inch of rain at the airport since midnight. We're well on our way to seeing half an inch of rainfall before the day is out because we do expect to see more rain throughout this morning. Coverage should be about 80%. I want to show you that there are some camera views there. It's going very fast through the TransGuide. There it is. Okay, this is 281 at the quarry. So even though we do not have any icing on the roads, those roads are damp. And so please use caution this morning as you're out and about. Again, 281 at the quarry. We'll be working to get more information on what that crash is about. But for now, here's a look outside with live cam. It's 42 degrees. Winds are calm, but they have been breezy from the north at times. Wind chills, as a result of that, are on and off into the 30s, like at Bernie Stage, where it feels like it's 34. But the good news, again, all of us above freezing, so there's not going to be any potential for any kind of icing on the roads. And, by the way, your plants should be fine, at least the majority of them should. We do not anticipate a freeze, even though we're going to stay cold through Monday. Here's a look at KSAT 12-hour forecast. Temperatures slowly climbing. We'll be at 45 by noon. Rain chances are going to come down gradually today. In the afternoon, looks like only an isolated shower or two is possible. And we're only forecasting 50 for the high. That includes the potential to see a few peaks of sunshine before the sun sets. But all in all, it's going to be a pretty cold day today. As we look at high temperatures in neighborhoods, even colder out to the west where rain is expected to linger a bit longer. 48 in Del Rio, 48 Carrizo Springs, 48 in Rock Springs, 53 in Kerrville, 54 in Canyon Lake, 50 in San Antonio. Our average high this time of year is 74. We're going to be 25 degrees colder than that, or about 25 degrees colder than that. 50 in Helotes, 50 in Rio Medina, 53 in Bandera, 53 in Seguin, and 55 in Gonzales. I'm calling this winter's last grasp. I know you may think that's a typo, winter's last gasp, but no, it's holding on. It's grasping on a little bit over the next couple of days. Widespread cold rain today, a few showers early tomorrow morning, but really it's going to just be mainly the cloud cover that keeps us cool. We'll wake up right near 39, 53 for the high tomorrow. And again, you may have to turn on those windshield wipers once or twice early tomorrow morning. Then Monday, once again, clouds. So we're going to be right at 50 degrees degrees for the high. Tuesday through Thursday, though, feeling a lot more like spring. The thing is, though, the humidity is going to be back too. So Tuesday through Thursday, it's going to be humid with morning drizzle every single day. Friday, we get a dry cold front moving through, but saying even cold front right now when it's this cold outside makes me feel a little silly, but that's the case. There is going to be a dry cool front that moves through, and that'll sweep out the humidity by Friday, and just in time for next weekend, guys. What's next weekend going to bring? Last weekend it was 92. This weekend it's cold and with some snow in the hill country. It's all over the place.
It is. It's all over the place. Thank you for that update, Sarah. Right now your time is 8:47 and it's a chilly 41 degrees outside.
All right, we want to go back out to the 281 at the quarry. It looks like the accident over there, what we presume to be an accident, has cleared. Like we've been talking about, though, it is damp roadways out there, so if you are out and about, make sure to drive safe, be smart. If more pops up, we'll keep you posted. We'll be right back.
Well, the San Antonio Riverwalk is once again turning green in honor of St. Patrick's Day.
All part of the St. Patrick's Day Festival and River Parade through the weekend. So the St. Patrick's Day River Parade has been around for more than 50 years. There are actually 2 parades this year. One starts, get this, 2 this afternoon in the Museum Reach area, and the other starts at 5 downtown. They're going to feature 12 Irish-themed floats.
Oh, wow. And it's not just the parades. The celebration is also including entertainment and vendors. Those festivities start at 1 this afternoon.
And our RJ Marquez there on the scene. I told you, with some of the toughest coverage through the morning, so he's going to be joining us live at 9 a.m. for what you need to know before you head out there. But for now, time is 8:52, 41 degrees out.
If a picture is worth 1,000 words, then this viral video is worth 1,000,000 shares. How one girl's smile is spreading some cheer. We'll be back. You all take a look. This is for a 4-year-old in North Carolina. She is making millions of people do the one thing she can't do, and that's smile.
So Ruby tends to grimace when she shows off her pearly whites, even after coaching. CNN's Jeannie Moe spoke with Ruby's family and tells us how these smile lessons are coming along.
No doing scribble scrabble.
Meet 4-year-old Ruby, but don't ask her to smile.
Your smile is beautiful. Smile. Oh, so beautiful.
Ruby Spickler's sister and her sister's boyfriend tried to give Ruby a how to smile tutorial.
Now do it with your teeth. No. No. Don't scrunch your nose. Don't do that. Like this. Now unscrunch your nose and actually smile like upwards.
The video went viral, causing millions of people to smile, but not Ruby.
Like you're happy.
Ruby's sister says she first noticed what she calls the snarly smile when they took some family pictures.
She made this horrible, double chin, snarly, smiley face that just did not look like she was happy whatsoever.
It's something parents everywhere find adorable. Every kid goes through the Chandler Bing smile. Chandler Bing from Friends trying to smile for engagement photos.
Now, Chandler, you want to give us a smile?
Okay.
Ruby's friends and family have tried having her say cheese. They've put her in front of a mirror. Only one thing has worked.
We tickle her sometimes to get a good smile out of her.
She may have a hard time smiling on command, but she has perfected the eye roll. And wait till you see her angry scowl.
Because you won't listen to my grandma.
Ruby can sometimes look like a grimace emoji come to life. The reincarnation of Grumpy Cat, I saw her called.
Yep, that's pretty close. That hits the nail on the head.
Look at that piercing scowl.
Grumpy Cat became a meme. I had fun once. It was awful. At least no one ever has to tell Ruby, wipe that smile off your face.
Turn that frown upside down.
Jeannie Moe, CNN, New York.
Wow, that definitely put a smile on my face, Max. That was pretty funny.
The Chandler Bing one was my favorite because I remember the episode. It's fantastic. So,
oh, yes.
Good luck to Ruby and the whole family. I hope the smile lessons go well.
Absolutely. Your time right now is 8:57 and it is 41 degrees outside.
All right, you're gearing up for those spring flowers. It is time to start planting. Ooh, what a pick for the garden. That's in our next hour.